Hello students, I hope you all are well. Myself Mukesh Pandey. I am Assistant Professor of Botany in CUSA Institute of Science run by CU Ronak Foundation, Ashram Road, Ahmedabad. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in BSc Semester 3. Today we are going to start our paper number 201, unit number 1, that is the study of lower plants. Friends, the first topic which is very interesting, the world of the lower plants that we know, it is not studied without the help of microscope. So we are going to start with the topic which is lower plants, in which we have choose today algae. So first of all, we have to discuss about the general characters of algae. Before we go for the sexual organs, the life cycle of the algae, we will discuss the general characters. Some of the characters are studied by you in schooling, in other classes also. So first of all, we are going to start with some of the general characters. Now let me start. So friends, as you can see here, algae are simplest type of plants. They are very simple structures because there is no root, no stems, no leaves, or no leaf-like structures are there. Only a single structure you can see in the algae, that is thallus. Hence they are also known as thallophyta. They are placed in the division thallophyta. Because only thallus is there, there is no root, stem or leaf-like structures are present. The lichen is also there. But how the algae is differing from fungi? The main difference is that the pigment chlorophyll is not found in the fungi, but it is present in the case of algae. Now the another difference you can see in the mode of nutrition. Algae are autotrophic in nutrition, while the fungi are heterotrophic type of nutrition, or sometimes they are parasitic in nature. Now what about the algae? They are mostly autotrophic. That means they can synthesize their food themselves. But some of the heterotrophic or holozoic forms are also found. Now we are going to discuss the distinguishing features of algae, the main characters, main features which are found in algae. They are mostly chlorophyll containing autotrophic thalloid plants. The plant body does not show differentiation into various tissue systems. They are very simple structures. That's why there will be no tissue system. They are found in a variety of habitats, but majority of them are aquatic. They have mostly unicellular sex organs without a jacket of strial cells around them. Bryophytes. In the thallophyta, there will be no embryo formation. They show distinct alternation of generation process. We know gametophytic stage and sporophytic stages are there. So both the occurrence of the algae, where the algae are found. Algae show universal occurrence. That means they may be present in various habitats. They may be present in variety of habitats such as fresh water, sea water, on the snow, on rocks, and on or within the plant and animal bodies. Now, on the basis of the habitat, algae may be divided into the following three groups that you can see. The first one is aquatic algae, second is terrestrial algae, and third one is algae of unusual habitats. Now, first of all, that is aquatic algae. We know that aquatic is related with the water. That means the algae which are present in water, which are found in water, they are called aquatic algae. Now in the images you can see first image. This is the image which is related with the Spirogyra, which is very common algae found in our areas. In the water you can see the algal bloom is there, and Spirogyra, which is also known as water silk, is present here. Now in the second image you can see the filaments, the bunch of the filament of the Spirogyra is in the hand. You can see the bunch here. And the third image, which is related with the microscopic look of the Spirogyra. So you can see the same algae which is looking like this in the water, then in the hand, and then in the under the microscope you can see. So the spiral structure can be seen under the microscope. That's why it is called Spirogyra, because spiral and gyra means filaments. Gyri or gyra, that is filament. So spiral filaments are there. That's why it is called Spirogyra. It is also known as water silk. Now the aquatic forms are found in the fresh water or in the saline water. Friends, the algae may be present in the fresh water, just like the water of the pond, river, lake, or they may be present in the saline water, just like the ocean water, in the sea. So first of all, we will talk about the fresh water. The freshwater forms. These forms are found in freshwater of ponds, pools, lakes, rivers, etc. Some algae like Cladophora, Odogonium, Eulothrix, and Chara are found in slow running water, whereas other like Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Hydrodictyon, and Spirogyra occur in stagnant water. We know that the stagnant water, that is not running, that is stagnant, and running water, just like the river water, stagnant just like the lake water. Then marine forms. These forms occur in the saline water of the sea. The salinity will be there, salt will be there in the water. They are represented by the member of Phaeophyce. For example, Ectocarpus, Sargassum, Fucus, and they may be Rhodophyce. In the group Rhodophyce, the example is Polysiphonia, the red algae. The aquatic algae are either free floating or they may be attached to a substratum with the help of an attachment disc, which is known as holdfast. The examples of floating algae are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Spirogyra, and the example of algae which is attached to the substratum, that is Odogonium and Eulothrix. Many free floating algae together with other similar organisms form the colonies on the surface of water, which are called water blooms or phytoplanktons. Many algae are found attached to rocks along the edges of lakes and seas. These forms are called phytobenthos. Now come on the next type, that is terrestrial algae. You can see in the image the terrestrial algae which is present on the soil. Sometimes in the rainy season mostly they may be present on the surface of the wall also. So you can see here in the wall, on the wall it is present. In below three images you can see the first one. The first image is the nostoc boll. The nostoc algae, we know that the blue green algae, and bolls are present, nostoc bolls are there. In the hand it will look like this. Then after that you can see this is the microscopic image. Under the microscope the nostoc bolls can be seen like this. So this is just like the beads on the string, you can say. Such kind of structure is there. These algae are found in terrestrial habitats like soils, rocks, logs, etc. The algae which are found on the surface of the soil are known as sapophytes. For example, Vaucheria and Botryddium. Some blue-green algae are found under the surface of the soil, which are known as cryptophytes. For example, nostoc and Anabaena. You are familiar with that. Some algae are found on tree trunks and moist walls which absorb CO2 and H2O from the atmosphere. For example, Protococcus and Cytonema. Now, the third type, the algae of unusual habitats. Some algae are having the habitat which may vary. Different type of habitats are there, not a particular habitat. In addition to aquatic and terrestrial habitats, some algae also occur in the uncommon habitats which are as follows. So first of all, halophytes. According to name you can understand, halo word is related with the salinity. It is related with the saline water. So these are many algae, so many algae are there which may occur in the saline water of the seas, but some others can withstand high concentration of salts and occur in salt lakes. They are called halophytes. For example, Chlamydomonas ehrenbergii, that is the species of Chlamydomonas, and Dunaliella is the another example of such kind of algae. Now the second type is epiphytic algae. They grow on larger algae. We know that epiphytes. Phyta word is related with the plants and epi means upper, on the upper side, above. They grow on the larger algae or on bryophytes and angiosperms. For example, species of Bulbochyti, Udogonium and Microsporum are found attached to the larger species of Cladophora, Rhizoclonium and Vaucheria. Some algae with mucilaginous thalli like Chaetophora, Udogonium and Zygnema. They are epiphytic on Acanthus, Eunocia, Cynandra, etc. Now the third type is epizoic algae. These algae grow on the animals like the snails, fishes and tortoise. For example, Chlamydophora crispta on snails. And another example, that is Stygioclonium in the gills of the fishes. They are found inside the gills of fish. Then next is Carassiopsis and Carassium on the legs of Branchippus. Now endozoic algae, examples of endozoic algae and about that. These algae occur in the tissues of animals. They are found inside the tissues of animals. That's why they're endozoic. Endo means inside. For example, Zoochlorella found in the Hydra, and several species of Oscillatoraceae are found in respiratory and digestive tract of vertebrate animals. Now the symbiotic algae that you know very well. Symbiosis is the relationship between two organisms. So several members of Chlorophyceae and Cyanophyceae form symbiotic association with fungi. And if the association of algae will be there with fungi, that you know it will become lichen. But sometimes they are also having the association with bryophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Lichens are important example of symbiotic life and their algal components. We know that in the lichen both the algae and fungi are there. The algal component which is called phycobiont and the fungi component of the fungi which is called mycobiont. So in the case of algal component which is phycobiont, it will belong to Chlorophyceae or Cyanophyceae in the case of lichen. Colonies of nostoc and Anabaena are found in symbiotic association with the thallus of Anthoceros and the coralloid roots of Cycas that you have studied in the semester 2. Now the next type is cryophytic algae. These algae grow on ice or snow. These algae provide attractive colors to snow covered mountains. Sometimes when we observe some snow covered mountains, you can see some colors. The coloration can be seen on the mountain, on the ice mountain. The alpine and Arctic mountains become red due to the growth of Haematococcus nivalis. So this is the algae which is responsible to provide the red color to the snow covered mountain in the Arctic mountains. Then the next example we can take, the green snow in the Europe is due to the Chlamydomonas yellowstonensis and species of Mesotanium. Sometimes the snow becomes black due to Scotiella and Rhaphidonemma, and brownish purple due to Encyclonema. Now the seventh type, that is lithophytic algae, according to name we can understand that is related with rock. So in the image also you can see they are found on rocks. The moist rocks are there on which the algae will be attached with the help of substratum. So these algae grow on moist rocks and stones. Many blue-green algae like the nostoc, Rivularia commonly grow on the moist and sandy rocks. Cytonema commonly grows on moist walls during rainy season. Now the next type is parasitic algae. We know that the parasites are depending on others. They cannot synthesize their own food. So in the algae also some algae are there which cannot synthesize their own food. They are parasitic in nature. They are found in the body of plant or animal, depending on the plant or animal. These algae grow as parasite on the many plant and animals. Cephalaris causes red rust in tea and coffee. Red rust is the disease in the plant of tea and coffee. Then phyllosiphon is a parasite on the leaves of Ericerum vulgare. This is the plant. Polysiphonia is a semi-parasite on Ascophyllum nodosum. Now the ninth, that is the last type, thermal algae. According to name you can understand it is related with temperature, thermophytes. They are called thermophytes also. Many blue-green algae are found in hot water springs which are having about 50 to 70 degrees Celsius temperature. They are able to survive in such high temperatures due to the absence of well organized nucleus. So no damage will be there. So this is the general character that we have discussed today. Now you have to give a Google test on June 10. Up to that you have to refer this material. I will share with you in the PDF form also. Thank you so much, and if you have any query you can contact me on this email ID. Feel free to ask any question about this. Thank you so much.